to an interconference game. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first...
Well, guys, John Wall was...
Certainly one to watch, David. Thanks. Well, early on, just watching certain veteran players, Doris, continuing to play at a high level after so many years.
And what you love is the great ones seem to adjust their games along the way, and not only adjust their games, but add dimensions, whether it's being able to go down into the low post position if you're a point guard, a two guard, or even a three-man. But the other part of this, Kevin, is the off-the-court stuff, the better nutrition that these guys are being much smarter about, the strength and conditioning programs they're putting themselves through in the offseason. All of that raises the level in the NBA.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Anderson is the 4 with Capella at the 5. Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Here's Wall. An 11-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Paul against Wall. Anderson right side. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Anderson's got 5 points so far.
How about the quickness of that release from Anderson on that triple? What a quick trigger. And to have a big man with his kind of accuracy from deep, it's a nice weapon to have.
Beal can't get it to go.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
Well, I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Wizards have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Porter against Anthony. Outside, Wall. Howard with a screen on Anthony. 5 to shoot. Porter. And it's good, 2 points.
Well, you know that Porter believes he belongs in this league. His efficiency and shooting the ball with confidence in the paint, that's nice.
Paul against Wall. The shot's good from Paul.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Anthony against Porter. Back to Wall. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Wall's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on. Guys, think about the first time John Wall registered his first triple-double. Only 4 players in NBA history had registered it in fewer games than he did. Think about these names: Oscar Robertson, Connie Hawkins, Magic Johnson, and Hambone Williams. Incredible.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And Paul puts up a deep 3, and the 3 off target.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
To the inside. Howard trying to free himself up. Toledovich misses. Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against New Orleans. Anthony's shot is off. The Wizards with the lead. And a wide open look for Porter. A 3-pointer is right on target. Porter's got 9.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Well, John Wall, Derrick Rose, and Russell Westbrook came into the league around the same time. All of them in the conversation for most athletic big point guard in league history. Of the 3, I think John Wall, the most prolific playmaker, always looking to create for his teammates.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Markieff Morris is checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Mirza Teletovic. And it's Austin Rivers in for Bradley Beal. Here's Wall. Green with the rebound. And John Wall, such a multifaceted game, it almost feels wrong to call him a pure point guard. But that's what he is, isn't he? Just loves to set up his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And he can score at a high level, but it helps him as a playmaker. Guys thrive playing alongside him because he commands so much attention.
Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively, and when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
Carter Williams kicks to Anderson. On the wing, Green. Washington with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, and for two squads that don't know each other all that well, this should be an intriguing battle.
Right. In a matchup where you don't see the opponent often, there should be a lot of surprises. I don't know what to expect.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Ball passes to Morris. It's stolen by Green. Nene kicks to Anderson. Back to Nene. Green left side. And here's Anderson from the arc. And another three for Houston.
And from three-point range, guys, he has hit the ground running. What a first quarter.
From deep, Wall. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. What a performance. Growing up the youngest of five with four older. And Wall had his challenges certainly growing up. We all know those stories, losing his father at a young age, but his mother, his aunts, Greg, his sisters, they protected him.
Helped him to get where he is now. We see it so often. A young man making it to the NBA is really a victory for the entire family.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
I think their play calling has been exceptional. They've played with purpose, and they've played with aggressiveness.
We've got Satoransky. Mahimi is out there with Morris. And there's Green, and it's Rivers in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step is becoming a better leader. He said, sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality, and as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader. Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you. Satoransky with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. A three from Morris. It's rebounded by Carter Williams. Rockets leading by 3. And the good news for the Wizards last year, they had a number of guys who could stretch the floor.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They finished 4th in the league in accuracy from three-point range. Otto Porter shot an incredible 44%. And John Wall much improved. He and Bradley Beal 37%.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Washington making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Morris. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Green. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Carmelo Anthony comes in for P.J. Tucker. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Gerald Green. And Paul subbed in for Carter Williams. Paul against Satoransky. Smith for 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists in the game. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Satoransky. Makes it off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Houston's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Outside Gordon. Smith on the wing with the shot. Second shot opportunity, and it's Capella missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And Austin Rivers out of Duke, an elusive 6'4" combo guard.
I mean, a great handle, and he's found most of his offensive success with his development as a long-range shooter. Gotten to the point now where you want him to put it on the deck.
And the Wizards making a change here. Jeletovic is checked in. Here's Paul. That one no good. And it's Washington the other way. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
Screen by Howard. And Satoransky kicks to Howard. There's a good screen. Paul against Satoransky. Just 4 to shoot. Jeletovic the screen. Off the screen. And again, Washington no good. Rockets leading by 3. Paul for 3. Dwight Howard grabs the board.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Rivers kicks to Jeletovic. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Paul against Satoransky. The shot by Paul, no good.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus, not good.
They get it again. Satoransky the pass to Rivers. And Capella sends it back. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Anthony nowhere around. The Rockets with another miss. Washington's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Paul against Satoransky. Jeletovic setting the pick for Satoransky. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Here's Paul. Misses off the left iron.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
Taken away by Anthony. Outside Gordon. Smith outside. Launches a 3. Sinks the triple. Smith's got 6.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Back to Jeletovic, and Jeletovic throws it down.
Listen, Beal could have taken that shot, but the court vision's so good that he sees a chance to get his guy a better look.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Wall against Paul. Howard with the screen on Paul. Beal, that's for 2. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 3 assists tonight.
And another lead change. The fans are really getting their money's worth here tonight.
Well, this is what they pay to see, right? Competitive, close games are simply the best to be involved in.
So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K. Otto Porter was red hot to start the first. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, they've been pounding. I mean, pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the three, but when it's dropping like that, I say.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
The dome of the U.S. Capitol building looking absolutely grand as we make our return to Washington, D.C. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. We've seen Gerald Green really having a great game.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
Now, I think, Greg, the key was the team was looking for him, right? They knew they had a hot hand, and they just kept going to it.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Anderson is the 4 with Capella at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position. Here's Capella. That's good from Paul on the assist from Capella. Paul's got it all tied up now for Houston. Here's Wall. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Rocket shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Paul kicks to Anderson. And again, it's the Rockets from deep. You know, Doris, certain guards just have a knack for scoring in the post. When you think of that list, I'm sure there are a couple right at the top that come to mind.
Yeah, well, who don't you want to deal with in the low post out of the guard position? I'll give you one. Dwayne Wade. If he's on the post with a back-down dribble that he can use to his advantage, turn the lights out. Here's another guy, Sean Livingston. Unbelievable length, plays at his own pace. Both guys are nightmares in the post. Good luck checking either one.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Kicks it out to Paul. The 3. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Wall. Here's Teletovic. And another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Teletovic has got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Anderson outside. Beal against Gordon. There's the 3. And Chris Paul gets the 3. Paul's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Paul has a beautiful stroke from deep. A gifted shooter who drains perimeter shots with consistency.
To the middle. Here's Howard. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Rockets have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Paul dishes to Gordon. Misses the 3. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the 76ers. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, Washington, 3.5 back.
And, you know, for the Wizards, they've looked very solid here to start the season. What's surprised me the most is just how much confidence this group is playing with.
They really do look like they came into the season with the belief that they belong in the conversation among the best teams in the league.
Nene against Howard. This one for 3. And it's Paul missing.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Howard setting the pick for Beal. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Washington making some changes. Mahimi's checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Otto Porter Jr., and it's Rivers in for Bradley Beal. Smith checked in for Houston. Gerald Green comes in for Gordon. From deep, Green, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 7th assist here tonight. Wizards trail by 3. Mahinmi a screen. There's a screen. Up top, Rivers. The Wizards working the ball around now. Morris with the screen for Green. 6 to shoot over Smith. And again, Washington no good. Houston leading by 3. Paul right side. Lets it fly. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
They get the rebound. Mahinmi now on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Now, Kevin, I'm going to tell you this. Jan Mahinmi's pursuit of the basketball outside his area is something special.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, you look at a guy like Jan Mahinmi who plays the center position, and certainly that's a position that's evolving in today's NBA game. And Mahinmi has done his best to change with it. Changed his diet to become a little bit lighter and more mobile, which is crucial.
Satoransky's checked in for the Wizards. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Nene down low, covered by Morris. They get a hand on it. Doris, you mentioned Mahinmi changing his diet. He said that was not easy for him.
Well, Kevin, his weaknesses are French food and sweets. He describes himself as a big-time chocolate guy. But you understand, if you're Jan, that you need to change your body type in order to be effective and increase your longevity.
Paul against Wall. Here's Smith. And he banks in the layup. Smith's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Boy, that's a decisive move to the cup. He gives the defense no chance to react.
Wall wide open. Hits the 3-point bomb. Wall's got the game tied up here for the Wizards.
It always helps when John Wall is knocking home that triple. The dribble drive ability has always been there. Now, look out, the balance in his game.
And it's Green, missing.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Now here's Rivers, guarded by Tucker. Rivers can't get it to go. Rockets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. They kick it out to Green. A 3-ball. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His 2nd from distance this half, 5 overall.
Morris with a screen on Paul. Pass to Satoransky. From deep 3-point range, and no good trying to get that one. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Rockets on top, up by 3. And we'll be back with you right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Rockets leading by 3. Wall and Rivers the guards. Green is out there with Morris, and it's Porter in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. Washington shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. It's rebounded by Houston. Nene outside. Outside, Green. Nene down low. Morris is there. And it's Green, missing. from 12 feet out. He can't get that one. And it's Houston the other way. Anthony, the pass to Paul. Lets it go from deep. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Paul. Paul's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. They get a hand on it. And Wall kicks to Green. To the inside. A chance here to get a quick injury report. Now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Dwight Howard's doing. David?
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Washington, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. That is such a tough blow to take at the early stage of this season. Hopefully, with it being early, he can recover and help this team down the road. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. Washington calls timeout. We've seen Gerald Green really having a great game.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Markieff Morris. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Green, and Beal subbed in for John Wall. And then for Houston, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Gordon subbed in for Gerald Green. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Houston leading by 7. Paul passes to Anderson. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. So it's the Wizards now. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And they pick up 2. 8 points for Austin Rivers.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
They've got to be willing to step up. And when it's this close, you just can't let them get easy buckets. Make them feel you a bit. He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The feed to Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
And Howard's still a forceful finisher around the rim.
Paul kicks to Anderson. Cans it from downtown. And the Rockets lead by 8.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Rivers passes to Beal. Outside, Porter jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice in that possession.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Love to see a shooter like Beal mixing it up on the interior.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, I like to see them mix it up a little bit. You've got to keep the opposition off balance.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Gerald Green.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Satoransky's checked in for Austin Rivers. Here's Anthony. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Kicks it out to Paul. Worked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Wizards trail by 6. Knocked away. Here's Beal. Another one falls for Washington.
Oh, a timely one from Beal puts a smile on the coach's face.
Paul passes to Gordon. 1:57 left to play here in the fourth. And it's going to be a 3-second call. John Wall's checked in for Satoransky. Wizards have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Okay, time now for an injury report. We get a chance to check up on John Wall's status. David?
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Washington, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. Season is still very young, but that is bad news to get at any point of the year. We'll see how the team responds without him, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you for the update. I know we're all interested in what his status is.
And it might be a tough road back for him. I mean, but one thing's for sure, he will be back.
Well, we know this. The guy's a fighter. I'm sure nobody's more disappointed than he is to have to go through this. But I am sure this guy will work every day to get back as quick as possible.
And no good. The Rockets go the other way with it. Gordon dishes to Paul. Kicks it out to Gordon. Lets it go with a three. Lets it go with a three. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Rockets lead by 11.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Rockets.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
Here's Wall. It's rebounded by Houston. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gordon, the pass to Capella. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Capella's got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets.
Well, it's not looking good at this point.
It just doesn't seem like they have enough time to get back into this one, and it has to be disappointing.
And I just love the way Wall kind of knifes through that defense. He is masterful at slashing to the rim.
And that one drops for him.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
So we see Houston taking the W here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. It's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg